in the parsha about Pesach Sheni, that if one during the first Pesach, which is Yud Daled Nisan, he's not able to bring the Korban Pesach either because he's contaminated, or he's b'derech rechoka, he's at a far off distance, and he's not able to be in the location where they're doing the Korban Pesach. So there's a makeup Korban Pesach, Pesach Sheni. What precipitated that this? How did this present itself? So the Torah tells us that there were two individuals who were tmeim lenefesh adam. They had contaminated themselves, coming upon human contact with the remains of a human being. Lo yochel lasos haPesach b'yom hahu. V'yikru fnei Moshe fnei Aaron b'yom hahu. When they approached Moshe and Aaron, they were both in the Beis Medrash, and they presented a case. Yomer anoshim behema elov anachnu tmeim lenefesh adam. We're contaminated. We contaminated with the dead. Loma digora. Why should we be denied? Levilti hakraves korban Hashem b'modo, that and we're not able to bring the korban Hashem in its proper time. It's open to Yisrael. Why should we be denied? So the obvious question is, if you're contaminated, and one of the criteria you have to meet is you have to be in a pure state. That's the reason why you're denied. A person chas v'sholom doesn't have an arm, and he's not able to put on tefillin. He has a question: why is he not able to put on tefillin? He's not able. Onus rachon apacha, you're an onus. It's something beyond your control. So if that's the case, what exactly was the claim of these people who were tmeim nefesh adam, who were contaminated with the dead? In Pashtus Kiseitze, we have multiple mitzvahs, one following one after another. We have shluch hakan, and we have sending away the mother bird before you take its offspring, its chicks, its eggs, putting a parapet on the roof. If you have a four-cornered garment, putting tzitzis, one after another, not to work a field with two species of animals, continuous, one mitzvah after another. So the Midrash says over there that, as we read in Pirkei Avos, we say mitzvah goreres mitzvah. When one does a mitzvah, it engenders another mitzvah. So if a person sends off the bird, the mother bird, he did a mitzvah saseh. So what mitzvah does it engender? It engenders a mitzvah that if you have a house, must put a parapet, but the man can't afford a house. Hashem will give him the means to be able to afford a house. So he should be able to do the mitzvah of makeh, of putting a parapet on. You finally did the mitzvah of makeh. HaKadosh Baruch Hu now will give you a field. So in a field, you're not permitted to crossbreed crops. But you don't have a field, you don't have the means even to purchase the seed. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give you that. Because since it engenders a mitzvah, whatever it needs to facilitate the mitzvah, Hashem will provide. Then the Torah says you're not permitted to work with two species of animals. Shor v'chamor, an ox and a donkey. Man doesn't own an ox, doesn't own a donkey. Hashem will provide the ox and donkey, so you should be able to fill the mitzvah. Osachrosh b'shor v'chamor. To this degree, it's not only one mitzvah engenders another mitzvah. Whatever is needed to facilitate the material to facilitate the mitzvah, Hashem provides that you should be able to do the mitzvah. So over here, these two individuals, how did they become contaminated? It was a dvar mitzvah they had done. They had taken out, there's a question, they had taken out the remains of Nadav Avihu from the Azorah, from the sanctuary, so it was a Kiddush Hashem what they had done. You're not permitted to leave the remains in the sanctuary after they were struck down by Hashem. So they didn't understand. We understand a tummy nefesh doesn't qualify for the Korban Pesach, but how is it possible that rather than gaining a mitzvah, we lost a mitzvah? And this mitzvah is a mitzvah, it cannot be delayed to another time. Because it says b'moado. It has to be done exactly on the 14th. Once we miss the 14th, we've lost it. So how is it possible we did a mitzvah, we should be denied a mitzvah? How's it possible? Moshe heard the question very well. It doesn't conform with the principle. And he asked HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Hashem says they're right. That factually, there's a Pesach Sheni. There's a makeup, which means they're not denied. It may be delayed, but denied. They will not be denied, because when one does a mitzvah, he's guaranteed that one mitzvah engenders another mitzvah.